If you're tired of your art looking like this, or you're struggling with overall growth, today's video will go over 10 tips for digital art beginners. Using a new program can be overwhelming when you don't know where to start. Use YouTube, Pinterest, or Google to help you figure it out by typing in the program that you're using and watching videos on how to use basic tools and settings. Once you get the hang of those basic tools, you can look for more videos on the more advanced functions that come with your program. Using free brush sets is the fastest way to help you expand the brush tools you have in your arsenal, and is a great way to help you get different textures and results when creating your art. For example, I use Critter's website to see what free brush sets I can add that'll help me out in the long run. There's so many that you can choose from that you can use for different things. It could help you create new hair types, things in the background like grass and trees, and so on. You ever tried drawing the same thing and it looks nothing like how it came out the first time? Well, this is where copy pasting comes into play. Let's say for instance you're drawing a face on your character and you're working on the eyes. You draw the first one and it looks marvelous, but then you try to draw it all over again on the other side and it doesn't look right and is very disproportionate. This is where you can copy paste. Surround the area you wish to copy with the lasso tool, right click it, and paste it onto a new layer. From here you can manipulate it however you need until you're satisfied. Your program uses layers for a reason. Use them. I quickly had to learn how to lay out my drawings because when it came to certain details and effects, they would always get overshadowed by what was already there. So layer out your work and it'll help you out. If you start with a sketch on one layer, do your line art on a different layer. Same thing goes for when it's time to add color. You also want to add that on a separate layer as well. Unless you're a pro at starting with the sketch and adding color and details on one layer, separate your progress into different levels. References are the most important uses for any artist. It's hard to try and develop a concept in your head and put it out on the medium that you're using. References help us visualize what we want out of our piece in a much easier way. It helps you see anatomy, perspective, and proportions all in one go. How you go about using the reference is up to you, whether it's inspiration or is exactly what you're looking for to start your piece. Tracing a drawing is not a crime. If anything, a lot of artists do it when it comes to learning how to get the same result that you see in front of you. But once you think you're ready to try without tracing on top of it, that's where the previous point of using references comes in. Practice to see if you can get the same result without tracing right on top of it. Sometimes following someone else's instructions to the T is hard, and you end up finding faster or more efficient ways of getting the same outcome. Being a self-taught artist isn't bad. I was self-taught until I got to high school and I had to learn new tricks to have better quality in my pieces. But sometimes depending on the medium you're working with may be hard for someone to always understand what their teacher might want them to do. Doing your own research and practice is another way to go. But eventually being self-taught has its limits, so seeking out new ways to do something is important every now and then. I know it's probably a really old statement, but it holds true to the very end. Practice is your best friend when it comes to art. The more you study what it is you're trying to master, the prouder you'll be of yourself when you achieve it. So don't be so quick to give up on it. If you try and get frustrated, just take a little break, and when you're ready, try again. You never know when you might finally land what you've been trying to achieve. When you get to a point where you want to understand the human body a bit more, learning anatomy and how something looks from different angles can help add more dynamics to your art. Again, you can find references that have what you're looking for and just practice what you see on your character until you reach that goal. In the world of art, it can be really difficult to stay inspired to keep creating when you have so much competition. But every artist has something that sets them apart from others, whether it's their style or the mediums that they use. Most artists don't create things the same way, so try not to get discouraged and keep creating the art you want to make and share with others. I hope these tips will help you guys out and make your journey of becoming a pro at digital art a bit easier for you. Until next time, Earthly out.